Welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know where it is. Like, comment and subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you go over to the Spotify and check out the exclusive episodes that we have on the Spotify. And today we're going to be talking about, have women taken over the manosphere? Now, what do we mean by that? The conversations dealing with men that men have with other men, has it been dominated and is it being taken over by women? Now, a lot of you lot would say, where is this coming from? Blah, blah, blah. We love when women agree with us as men. And that is fine. There is always room for women to agree with us, just like I agree with women on certain topics that they speak on. The problem is, and the real problem is when women are monetizing off men's pain with not actually going through it and doing it for a financial purpose and doing it for a financial goal. So women are acting as if they feel our plight and our pain, but they could never because they're women. That is the truth. A woman would never feel the pain of a man. Just the same way as much as I say I'm empathetic towards a woman when it comes to childbirth, I could never relate to childbirth. I could never relate to pregnancy. Only thing I can do is from the outside in look and say, oh, that looks hard. But I could never say that's the pain. And that's the same with women in the manosphere. So today we're going to be talking about a woman that has a YouTube called It's Tay Tay Baby. Now, It's Tay Tay Baby, I see her a lot on TikTok. She's popping off. Now, let me give you my real opinions. When I first saw her, I agreed with a lot of what she was saying. Let's just get this right. Everything that she was saying was not incorrect. She was sticking up for men. She was saying how women are moving loose, blah, 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 blah. But today, I'm going to go through each of these women. So you have women like Just Pearly Things. You have It's Tay Baby. You have Melly Monaco. And you have Melody King. There's a few. There's way more. I'm just giving you the ones that I see and the ones that I'm going to be reacting to. So all of these names which I've just mentioned. Okay, let's pop up right here. And it's like... Those women are the women that will be doing reaction videos to their videos to let you know that it is not as what it seems. So the first video today is It's Tay Tay Baby. Her video called Why Is Tay Single? Let me just put this out there to all the little simps and to the men that haven't actually mastered their mastery of being men. They will see a woman sticking up for men and automatically, because she's pretty or she looks good or she's saying the right things, we automatically agree with her. Then we'll see a man say the same thing and disagree with him. That's because as men, we have a feminine characteristic in us, well, some of us, of jealousy, that when we see men doing something, we don't rate it. But if we see a woman doing it, we automatically put it on the scale of that it has to be true and it's facts and I love it. And a lot of men, inside of that feminine energy of them agreeing with women, is their need of acceptance from a woman. Does that make sense? So we're going to get to this video right now.
Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Easter to everybody watching this video. I'm back. I'm going to start making more videos like I promised. And I'm definitely going to start branching out and doing different type of content. But today, y'all, I have like a whole list of things that a lot of you guys have asked me. And I'm going to make these into like a whole bunch of different videos all in one day. Just like I said, I'm going to start getting back on my 6 videos a day. Because I know y'all be loving my videos. But I get this question a lot, like a lot. My bad, I burped. And you guys are always asking me, Tay, why are you single? Why am I single as a mother-sucking Pringle? Well, I'm going to tell you. So, I really feel like a lot of people in this generation don't know how to think multiple perspectives. Y'all see women crying on these apps and being sad because they're alone, and you think that other women feel the exact same way. I have suffered a lot of trauma in my lifetime, and I'm sorry I'm ranting, but I gotta tell you this. I've just suffered.
Red flag number one, and I keep telling you, look, I'm 1 minute 30 seconds into this video and she's already told me that she shouldn't be giving advice on men. She just basically broke it down that she's suffering from a lot of childhood trauma. Now, in my previous video, the biggest red flag in women is childhood trauma. Now, everyone will be like, everyone's gone through childhood trauma, but have you sought therapy? Because if you haven't, listen, you ain't never going to be able to be in a relationship, which is part and parcel why she said she's single, because of her childhood trauma. Or trauma, or whatever trauma. I don't even care what trauma. How can she be giving advice to us men when she's dealing with her own problems? We need men to be giving us advice, not these broken women.
I've heard a lot of trauma in my lifetime. So when I tell you my whole life has been super chaotic, it's not even funny. I feel like I've always been in survival mode. So long story short, as I've gotten older And I was in relationships most of my life, 6-year relationships, 3-year you know what I mean? Like, I've always been in relationships. This is the first time in my life I've ever gotten to be alone. No voices, nobody telling me what to do, me being by myself, paying my own bills, living in my own home. And I am so happy and have a sense of security and a peace that you probably couldn't understand unless you lived on your own.
Now, let me just put this out there to you. Now, the second part of what she's saying is good, but she should have been doing that from a younger age. Coming into like getting older as a woman and then saying like, because what she's exuberating now is masculine energy, being alone, paying her bills, doing this. That's not feminine energy. Feminine energy is wanting to be taken care of, wanting love. Masculine energy is I have to go out, get, provide, seek, destroy, come home. That's masculine energy. So she's put into her masculine energy. Now, I want everyone to identify this. When a woman's put into her masculine energy, that's the reason why she could speak from a manosphere of men, because she probably has even dated women and been probably the male one in the relationship. I don't know, man. The Lord knows best. But I'm just saying to you that listen to the problems that look, she hasn't been speaking for 2 minutes about herself, and I can identify about 100 issues. And it's not to say that we don't all have issues. I'd be a fool to say something like that. But I'm just saying that it shows you that these women speaking on the manosphere do not have a clue of what men go through. She's speaking as a woman for men, but she's not actually saying her story. Does that make sense? It's being very not transparent. You know what I'm saying? So this is the problems where I say to you men, yeah, stop being tricked by women that come into the manosphere and start speaking on men's issues as if they're men, when really they're women that have gone through trauma, that are looking to capitalize and monetize off our pain.
I feel like a lot of people don't get this. I want to be a therapist, correct? And I want to help people. I just want to be able to help people with their mental health. If people are suicidal and don't want to be here, I would love to be that crutch, that person for them. Because I feel like a lot of people in this generation say they care about mental health, but either never have gone through it and don't know what they're talking about, or like don't even really care. So with me, I cannot have a partner who doesn't understand what I do. Guys, I didn't think this through, and I have to tell you this because I didn't say this before. As I started getting, higher and higher in views and, getting more access to different people, things like that, you got to understand, people look at my content and perceive me as a certain type of person. And that's okay. People are going to judge me with the tattoos and I'm masculine, whatever. They don't know me. That's fine. But the thing that sucks about social media is it's going to be hard to find a partner because, one, I'm in a field where I work with mostly men. I advocate for men. I counsel men and women.
How can I take any advice from a woman that's telling me that she understands that what she's doing is detrimental for her finding love, but she's willing to sacrifice that? That sounds super masculine to me. Me as a man, I'm willing to sacrifice any relationship to get to the top of where I need to get to. I'm willing to put relationships on a back burner. I'm willing to put sexual desires on a back burner so that I can achieve my goals. A woman does the opposite to that. She does everything to find love because that's her feminine matter and her feminine energy. So when a woman is going against that, that shows a disconnect with herself. And when there's a disconnect with someone's self, that does lead to mental health. So her speaking on issues to do with men and saying she counsels a lot of men, that's a red flag already. You're around too much men. She knows it's a red flag. That's the problem. She speaks. The funny thing is she talks about these topics in her videos and about this is the reason why you'll never find a man. And everything she's saying, she's literally contradicted. And I would love to find a video where I could just put it right next to this one and be like, look, she said this and look at what she's saying now, because it doesn't even make sense. Wow.
Who's really headstrong and a partner who understands. I get hit up all the time. I get attention all throughout all the time. So if that's going to be a problem for you, or if that's going to be something you cannot handle, then you should not deal with somebody like me. And you got to understand this, y'all. I get so many people throwing themselves at me a lot. But I now have so much experience because of my past that
she said that with a smile. Shows that she enjoys the attention. Some of these women that are on the manosphere and talking for men are literally girls that are just promiscuous and love attention. They're just trying to seek it in a different type of way. It's another way of finessing us. We've been getting finessed for years, big man. Brothers, we've been getting finessed for years. She smiled when she said, I get attention from a lot of men. They throw themselves at me. Like, so? Like anyone who knows that doesn't, just because getting attention don't mean anything. It just means a lot of men want to stick their penis in you and think that you're easy. You look easy. That's what you look. It doesn't, like women think that getting a lot of attention and men being onto them is like a great thing. It's not a great thing. It symbolizes that you're easily accessible, takes away your value, because a high value woman is hard to access. That's why her value increases, because just like they say in the law, just in 48 laws of power, use absence to create presence. But if you're everywhere and anywhere at the same time and anyone can have access to you, you're not exclusive anymore. You're just like a dime a dozen. If everyone can DM you and see your messages and ping, 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 ping and DM you, and you're telling me that you're going to have to be of a headstrong man to accept your ways, you're going against everything that we speak about on Red Pill, on Manosphere, on everything to do with men. We advocate for men to go away from women like this. We don't advocate for men to go for women like this. Let's just get this right. Get your man right, get your bag. That's lovely, that's beautiful. I love to see women get in their bag. That's beautiful. But at the cost of not being in relationships and then deceiving men that you're the relationship counselor and that you can therapize men, like you can help men get better. Like, bro, you and yourself are damaged. You need to go to the drawing board and write up a whole list of what you need to fix in yourself before you start speaking on us men. Because you ain't never helping me. I put that out there to you.
I now have so much experience because of my past that I've dealt with, being in relationships for so long, you know, seeing my grandma and grandpa's relationship, now trying to counsel couples and counsel people. So I'm just more educated in this field. So for me, I know what I want, and I feel like my boundaries are not high and they're not crazy as hell. Like, I don't expect 6 feet, all that 6 figure. I don't expect none of that. But my expectations are, you know, just loyalty, and I look for a grounded person like me and that has the same qualities I have. But as I come across certain men in my lifetime, a lot of them don't know how to communicate with women. A lot of them have been with only toxic women, so it's hard to communicate with them. And y'all, I've been having a lot of situations, not recently, but just before, when I was trying to talk to people or, you know, mingle. A lot of the guys would talk to me a certain type of way, or they didn't like my social media, or, you know, it was just always something. So it just made me feel like, you know what, this isn't going to work. So I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I just want to stay single, be on my purpose.
What I say was the biggest red flag, number 4. A woman that is addicted to social media. This woman is a whole red flag. Basically, my video that I done the other day about the biggest red flags is basically her, but she speaks and advocates for men. Deep the conversation, because I need you guys to wake up and start to see things for what it really is. She's talking about men should accept her social media and they get with her and then start getting mad. Bro, I am going to get mad if I see your DMs popping off crazy. Of course I am. I'm a man. I'm a protective man that has something called territorial protectiveness. That's over everything around me that I love. I protect the things that I love. How can you not expect me to protect you if I claim to love you or you're claim to be my woman? Or you just out here just doing whatever you want and I have to accept it? That's a simp. And a simp's not a good man because that's a weak man. And a weak man's not good for anybody in this world because he succumbs to whatever the woman wants. He never actually bees himself. Your natural state of a man is that you protect. It's one of the characteristics of a masculine man. He protects. How can I protect you if you're out there just throwing yourself for all these wolves to try and get into your DNA? Not even into your body, your DNA.
You know, get on my grind, be a millionaire, and become the best that I can be. So that way later in the future, I could just end up working from home all over again, chilling and taking care of my family. But like I said, y'all, right now in this moment, I'm not pushing for a relationship. I'm not dying for a relationship. I could live without one right now. And I know for y'all, you're probably like, you're 28 years old. You should probably hurry up. But yeah, you guys can rush with your life. I want to take my time, you guys. And I want to make sure that the person that I'm with next is my person and the last person I get with. I'm a woman and I'm not trying to be with 6, 7, 8 dudes. I'd rather just this be my last relationship, because I told you I've only been in 3 relationships. Had 2 boyfriends, 1 girlfriend. I'm not trying to be, oh my.
Wow, I didn't even know about the girlfriend thing, but I told you because of the masculine energy that she's exuberating, I knew that it had to be some sort of relationship that she's had with a woman, because the way she talks is very masculine. I'm going to become a millionaire, be on my purpose. That's something that men say. Women's purpose and the way women see things is very different. I said a man's purpose is that he's on his purpose, he gets his money right, and he strives hard for his family. And his peace is being home with his family and seeing that. A woman's purpose is love. she always seeks love. Women always seek love, whether that's in paternal friendships or that's in a relationship. When a woman turns away from that, she's in her masculine energy where she starts to feel like, I don't really need love, I want the bag. But in chasing the bag, you have to do things. And as a woman in this day and age, to get to the top, they're going to be guys that want to take advantage of you and do mad stuff with you and want to be alone with you, away from your man. So you can't be in a relationship, which she's saying. So how can I take advice from a woman that, number one, doesn't want to be in a relationship, but she's giving relationship advice?
I'm not trying to be, oh my God, this is my 8th marriage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be like the Kardashians, y'all. So I feel like if you take your time, figure out everything about yourself and work on yourself, because again, y'all, I still have self-work to do too. I am not over here riding perfect. People think because of the way that I talk on social media that I'm a know-it-all and I'm perfect. Hell nah. I am flawed just like you. I got a mouth on me just like you. I have a temper. I get upset. I get depressed. There's a lot of things about me y'all don't know. So please, never assume, never assume. Just because you see somebody on social media, don't ever think that we're perfect, because at least me, shit, I'm a gutter rat. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Nah, but for reals, y'all, I'm really I be having my moods. I be having my attitude, my little sassy Latina mood. So I'm telling y'all, please don't ever think that. But for me, y'all, I would love a relationship in the future. I would love kids, but I just feel like I'm looking for a certain type of partner. And when I find somebody who wants the same things as me,
28 years old, bisexual, likes men, likes women, single with no children. Red flag. And you know what? I hate to say this, innit? Like, Tay, you're a nice person. Like, I'm not going to take away from your character. I think you're a genuine nice person. But you're a whole red flag right there. You're a whole red flag. And I've got to say it. And this is the reason why I say to men, women are trying to take over the manosphere, but they don't have the credentials to be advising us, because they themselves are flawed in every aspect, which she said, but I'm saying even in the aspect of trying to advise me, get out of here. Get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ride that shit out, because gotta understand, a lot of men want to lead us, right? And I come from a traditional household where my grandpa knew where he wanted to go. He knew what direction he was trying to be in, and he led my grandma into success, health, and happiness. A lot of these men out here, no offense to y'all, love y'all, but you don't have jobs, you don't have your own place, you're not leading by example, and you want to lead us into what? You know, your depression's not in check, your mental health's not in check, your anger's not in check, your finances aren't in check, but you want to lead a woman. You see what I'm saying? And that to me is a little bit scary. And another thing, if I talk to a man and he goes, oh, I don't know what I want, I'm just going with the flow. How are you trying to talk to somebody? You're not going, you cannot be a man going with the flow. You have to have discipline. You have to know where you're going. You have to have a sense of direction. You know what I mean? And like, at least for me, I want a man to say, you know what? I do want kids in the future. I do want marriage in the future, just not at this exact moment because I'm not ready. That's a better answer than, you know what? Figuring it out. Fuck it. You know, YOLO. I don't like stuff like that. That makes me feel like you're unsure, because you gotta understand, I'm a grown woman now. I understand what I want. I got my own place, my own things. I am not going to jeopardize my career, my sanity for somebody who's not going to uplift me and better me. You got to understand this, y'all. You put yourself in a position to be fucked by somebody, you will get fucked, no Vaseline in the ass. I'm just kidding.
What? What is she talking about? No Vaseline in the... So, she's on this kinky thing. See? These gal are all... Yeah, she's on this kinky, freaky, deaky thing. You see what I'm saying? This kinky, freaky, deaky thing. She's on the kinky, freaky, deaky thing. I can just look at her until she's a freak. Bare tattoos. Talk about she had gal relationships. She's done the most. Don't let these gal fool you, blood. Yeah? I swear down, all of these gal are on crud. Yeah? Just Pearly Things, Melly Monaco, Tay Tay, Melanie King. All of them are just, they're all of them same brush. They can't speak on men's issues because they're not men. Yeah? She sounds like she's not even for the streets, bro. The streets is too nice for some of these girls. Some of these girls are for the universe, bro. Yeah? It's wild out here, man. But it's all love, innit? Like, I'm not even hating on no one, innit? Like, do your thing, get your bag, innit? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just kidding. That was a bad example. Let me stop. That was a bad example. Let me stop, because I'm going to get banned. But anyway, I'm being super serious, y'all. If you literally let somebody... Just don't let people play with you. Please, y'all, like, you gotta have good boundaries. You gotta take your time, because if you get with the wrong partner, they will hinder your career. They will hinder you. Look at all these couples that end up breaking up, and then the man gets all his money taken away, things like that. And I'm on social media, y'all. So this is my career. This is how I make my money. So imagine me going through a bad breakup. Now I'm depressed as shit. I don't want to make video. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't get it. And then also, I counsel people. So if I have a partner who is yelling at me, screaming at me, toxic as hell, mean to me, whatever, I'm sensitive. Y'all might think I'm this tough old crazy monster, but I'm a sensitive ass little baby. So if my partner's mean to me and now I'm trying to counsel people and I can't even fucking focus, how is that good for me? You know what I mean? So, like, sorry, y'all.
You know what? I respect one thing that she's done. She's in her feminine element now. And this is what I want to see with Pearl. This is what I want to see with Melly. I want to see all the women be in their feminine energy. She's in her feminine energy, talking about the things that will damage her, and she's speaking from the perspective of a woman, finally. And that's one thing that I have to respect in this whole video. If there's one thing I respect, is that she's in her feminine energy, talking about the things that will damage her and the things that she doesn't like. That's where I see with a lot of these women on the manosphere, they don't speak as if they're women. Now, I have to respect this video, regardless if I agree or not. I respect the fact that she's in her feminine energy now, and she's saying what she wants and what she doesn't want. And everyone's entitled to preferences and boundaries. And I believe as humans, we should all have boundaries and preferences. So this is a nice side to see, because I don't see this with any other woman. They're always in this masculine energy of telling people what to do, but not being feminine and showing us that lovely side of femininity, because it's actually toxic to itself, especially if you're entering the manosphere. See, me as a man, there's things how I am and how I operate, because I am generally a man. I've got masculine energy inside of me. Does it make sense? So as a woman, I like to see this vulnerability of her opening up and talking. I respect it, even if I don't agree with it.
I'm looking for a partner who's just as goofy as me, someone who wants to travel the world. But I want more of like an intimate relationship first. Like, I want a connection so strong before the sex and all that stuff comes in. But a lot of men, they see me and they just want to jump my motherfucking bones, and it's like, sir, like, God, man, I gotta teach y'all sometimes. Y'all need to learn to tranquilo, you know, learn to treat a woman correctly. And I also blame some women sometimes too. I'm ranting now, but some of y'all ladies open your legs so soon that it makes men think that a lot of women are like that, and it's really annoying. Like, make these men work for it. I'm sorry. But yeah, y'all, this is the main reason why I'm single. It's just because a lot of people in this generation, they're just not serious enough, you know? I'm not saying everybody, because I'm pretty sure there's some good guys out there, but I feel like true love will end up finding you when it happens.
Yeah, whatever. Now she's giving that feminine energy talk. And I'd rather hear that than hear her try and speak for men, because you can't speak for us. So yeah, big up to the woman that she spoke as a woman for once, because it's good to see women speaking as women. But we all know why she's single. She's a freak that likes to do freaky deaky stuff. She's been in a feminine relationship with a woman, so she's more in tune with her. Because I believe once a woman goes with another woman, regardless, one of them have to be the masculine. It's very, very difficult to get out of that mode when you're with a masculine man, because you start to think that's all he wants. But yes, if you are showing your body, you're showing this, you're showing that, you're showing your body, you're showing all of this cleavage, men are going to look at you as a sexual object, naturally. If you show nothing, I have nothing to work with. So I have to work with my imagination and get to know your brain. That's why I respect women that cover themselves. Because I have to literally get to know you to see get through that. Does it make sense? Like, what do you have other than that? And I think that's a good thing. So yeah, man. I'm done. It's Tay Tay Baby, Spanish Bonita. Yeah, that's it. Women trying to take over the manosphere. So this is part 1, yeah? Part 2, we're going to be talking about just pearly things. Bow.